see a Prince William County cop drive by. I didn't think anything of it. I mean, we're in Prince William County. And then 2 minutes later, I see a tow truck, like, going really fast, and he goes into the parking lot. Okay? So, I mean, I dropped my phone, and I ran to my car. As soon as I get to my car, I see this tow truck is lowering his, that back metal piece.
This is not another boring podcast. Mustafa through the police body cam. Judge Joe Weimer under the microscope.
To lift up my car, and I'm like, hey, what the hell are you doing?
We have Muhammad on this phone call, on this podcast. We have Mustafa joining us from solitary confinement. Mustafa, hello.
Hello. What's going on, man?
Everything is right here.
Copacetic.
Now,
everything is copacetic.
I love that word, copacetic. I haven't used that word in a long time. What, Mustafa? You're in solitary confinement and you're teaching me new words. You're bringing.
Yeah.
What are you doing in solitary confinement, Mustafa? Giant words, copacetic.
Let me tell you what I'm doing. I'm meditating, I'm praying, and my faith is strong, but only stronger. Those dibblers need to be caught, and we have to put them in prison where they belong. Justice for Empress and justice for Dorothy. That's my 2025 message.
I love you. All the body cams. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. I want to thank Mary Jo for being on this podcast. Casey, everybody else. Mother is here.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Mary Jo. How are you?
Hey, Mustafa. I'm doing well, thank you.
Yeah, I listened to your videos. Very powerful. I really like your personality and the way you deliver your message. You have a really good speaking skills.
Well, I appreciate that. And I'm going to go up and meet Amar tomorrow. We're going to get some more taken care of done also for you. We got you.
Thank you so much.
Mary Jo, it is always beautiful having you on the podcast. Tomorrow, I cannot wait to have you on a podcast. You have a beautiful, giant personality. And having someone from the community come out and watch what this county is doing to Mustafa is a different kind of level of exposure. Now, Muhammad, when we were starting this podcast, you were talking about a situation that happened yesterday. The whole family was at a makeshift memorial for Dorothy and Empress, Mustafa's girlfriend, 5-year-old Empress. It's a 2-year anniversary from the vehicle accident, and in the middle of the makeshift anniversary, and I'll let Muhammad tell this community what Prince William County Police Department is engaged in. Muhammad, hello. Muhammad, what happened yesterday? What happened yesterday? Now, I saw a couple of videos that you made. Couple of videos that you made. Everybody's watching. What happened yesterday?
I mean, as we're holding candles, we're laying flowers, we're making prayers for Dorothy and Empress and Mustafa. And as I'm making a video, I see a Prince William County cop drive by. Okay, I mean, it's not unusual when Prince William County, or at least at the border of Prince William County. This is in Dumfries, Virginia.
You're at Fortuna Drive, right? Fortuna Drive, the accident scene?
Yeah.
The scene of the accident, right?
So 2 minutes later, I see a tow truck, and the tow truck turns into Fortuna Center Plaza, that parking lot, that shopping center. And I don't know why, my instinct was, this tow truck is here for me. Okay, so I dropped everything, I ran to my car, I ran across the street, and when I get to my car, the tow truck is right in front of my car, and he's lowering, that back metal of the tow truck that lifts up cars. He's getting ready to pick up my car. I mean, I'm looking at the entire parking lot. There's a Shoppers grocery store. There's a Target. There's a Panera Breads. There are all these stores, all these cars in this entire parking lot, full of cars. And the tow truck is there for my car specifically. What are the odds? And I'm like, hey, what are you doing? He's like, you can't park here. I'm like, all these cars. Okay. And then he's like, who's the other car? Because it was my sister's car. And I'm like, both of these are our cars. You're not towing them. I'm not lying to you. As soon as I get ready to pull up my phone, okay, he takes off so fast. I mean, he disappeared. Okay, he knows what was happening. I was going to record a video. He took off so fast, but that's the type of harassment that we're dealing with. I mean, you can't even park in a parking spot where other people are parking to lay down flowers. That's how corrupt the Prince William County cops are. And I'm not saying the entire police department, but whoever the cop was that called the tow truck, they don't like the fact that we're laying flowers. They don't like the fact that we're making a video. They don't like the fact that we're bringing the subject back up in social media. They don't want anybody to talk about it because they don't want what Robert Drum, Investigator Davis, Chad Mason, Casey Fines, they don't want what these officers did behind closed doors to be exposed to the community. Because these officers are still working. They're still employed.
So for those that are just joining in, the family is at the accident scene, honoring Dorothy and 5-year-old Empress, and lighting candles, putting flowers. And Mohammed, in the middle of the video, I saw a Prince William County police vehicle pass by you. Now, that's on video. And then you said a tow truck show up. Now, you are parked legally, right? You are parked legally in a shopping center, correct?
Yeah. I mean, I was parked there. There was other trucks parked in the parking lot. There's other cars parked in the parking lot. For them to target my vehicle specifically, and they've towed my car before. I parked at a giant parking lot and to go give my mom insulin while she was at the RV. And within minutes, a tow truck shows up, picks up my car, and takes off. Within minutes. So, it's not a secret that they're targeting our cars. They're targeting what they want to take, whatever resources we have, whatever money we have. They want us to pay towing fees. They want us to pay parking tickets. Okay, but we're legally parked. I mean, out of all maybe there was like over 50, 60 cars in that parking lot. And the tow truck specifically came to my car. Why? Why should we have to deal with this type of BS? Because we're laying flowers for Dorothy and Empress? Is that a crime?
No.
Is it a crime to stop somewhere and lay flowers where you had family members getting a tragic car accident? Is it a crime?
Minutes remaining.
Now, Mohammed, some context to the whole entire situation. This is a vehicle accident. Mustafa Al-Jazari was involved in a vehicle accident on April 5th, 2023. Mustafa lost his girlfriend and her 5-year-old baby in this vehicle accident. Now, we have the body cams. We're leaking them on the internet. The documents are all over the internet. And the evidence showed that this is a vehicle accident, and the police department engaged in falsifying every police report. Now, this picture is the wife of the investigator that falsified Mustafa's statement on the police report, Robert Drum. Now, she is caught on a body cam that's on the internet on three-way. Now, mind you, she does not work for the police department. She's on a body cam with another individual who pretends to be a witness. And for the past 2 years, they're on the internet pretending under a
global tel link,
a different username, a different name, a different identity, gaslighting this community. Now picture the wife of the investigator who falsified the police report, along with another individual who pretends to be a witness, who on body cam says negative things about Mustafa and then says, I was not there. I don't know Mustafa. I mean, this is a fake witness. That's on a body cam. We have Mustafa calling. There we go. Now, for 2 years,
hello, this is a prepaid
this
call
is
from
Amy Hodgson. She's on a body cam. We have her body cam.
William Manassas
We've released her body cam. You can hear what she has to say. And she's flat out lying about the Mustafa Al-Jazari case. This lady is on the internet as Christine Al-Khuzai. She says, under a different identity, gaslighting the conversation. Christine Al-Khuzai. And she goes by Christine Warda on TikTok. If you look her up, Christine Warda 7, you'll find her on TikTok. Gaslighting the conversation. One day, on her profile, she came out. You know, when TikTok, you come a little bit close, you see her real face. This is what she looks like. Now, along with the wife of the investigator, Stephanie Claiborne Drum, who pretends to be Kate0707 on the internet, on TikTok. Every day for the past 2 years, they're on TikTok and they're gaslighting the conversation. Imagine the wife of the investigator using Prince William County resources, gaslighting the conversation in the Mustafa Al-Jazari case. Now, yesterday was supposed to be a day for Dorothy and Empress. And we have information that those two individuals are involved in calling the police department to get Muhammad and the family vehicle towed. Now, this is unacceptable. This police department should not allow, just because it's the wife of the investigator, just because this investigator has been there for 20 years, doesn't mean that she can take advantage of this police department. We're going to do everything we can to make sure what happened yesterday does not happen again. That shopping center has CCTV cameras, has cameras. We're going to find out which tow truck company got involved, the police communication, where the police report who called the police, and we're going to make sure that this police department hold those individuals accountable. We're not here saying every police officer is a bad police officer. As a matter of fact, ma'am, you're taking Stephanie Claiborne Drum, Kate0707. You are taking that away from every police officer in Prince William County. That's disturbing, and frankly, that's disgusting. You have police officers that put their life on the line every single day serving this community. And because your husband falsified the police report, the length that you're going to gaslight this conversation is unacceptable, and we're going to make sure it stops. Muhammad, are you still with us? There we go. I think I just merged the phone call. Muhammad, can you hear me? Mustafa, hello.
Oh,
Hello. Let me just tell you, man. Their behavior is unacceptable from the police department to the correctional officers. We have to hold these officers up to a higher standard where they need to uphold their oath. Why did they get sworn in? Why are they wearing a badge? They're serving and protecting. But you have some very tyrant individuals that are just working in their own capacity, and they're just taking advantage of taxpayers' dollars. We cannot have that in the community. And if we don't do anything about it today, they're going to keep doing this tomorrow. They've been doing it for decades. When is it going to stop? Until you wake up and say something. And you can't just say something. You have to formally put it down on paper, on the record. And we need answers. Police Chief Peter Newsham needs to reprimand his subordinates. And they can't just be going out here towing people's cars with their illegal cars, laying flowers. How insensitive. Like, what's going on here? There's really something seriously wrong with these corrupt individuals, and we need to oust them out of our community. This is unacceptable.
Through this platform, we're asking everybody that's tuning in to call Prince William County Police Department, report this incident, talk to someone within the police department, report this incident over the phone, record your phone call, and post it to your page and tag the main account. Now, why am I asking you to do this? Because this police department, unfortunately, if you do not record your phone call, if you don't post it, they're going to just brush it to the side. Now, keep in mind, this is the police department that engaged in falsifying this case. They don't want you to call into and file complaint about what's happening here. They're pushing things under the rug. I mean, we've been dealing with this for 2 years. So I'm asking you, if you want the chief of police, Peter Newsham, to actually do his job, unfortunately, you have to record the phone call, Put it on your page and tag the main account. So that way he knows that the community is watching him, is demanding that he does his job. Because this level of police misconduct is unacceptable. And the second thing I ask you to do is go on the website and fill out a formal complaint, a written complaint. Submit it, take a snapshot of it, and post it to your page. And tag the main account. And then follow up with that complaint. Because this level of police misconduct is unacceptable. What happened yesterday should have never happened. Yesterday was about Dorothy, Mustafa's girlfriend, and her 5-year-old baby. And the wife of this investigator took that away. And I'm here to tell you, man, it's going to stop. I'll promise you, it will stop. This community is watching what you're doing behind closed doors. Mustafa, I love you, man. I love you. I love you. I love you. Well, I have a whole entire program, by the way. I have a whole entire program. Today, I had our beautiful, beautiful Casey. I sent her the audio to the proceeding from the bond hearing under Casey Stevens, the first bond hearing. And I asked Casey if she can chop up and make it into part 1, part 2, part 3. You know how every time the defense attorney talk, every time the prosecutor talk, every time the judge talk, cut it into different parts. And what we're going to do, we're going to play it. We're going to play it on the podcast, one part at a time. And once we cover it on the podcast, then I'm going to ask Casey release those parts. Now, I want to specifically thank our deputy sheriffs, the individuals that are working behind closed doors, who are supplying us with recordings from inside the court. Those individuals are not okay with the level of police misconduct that they're watching right in front of them and going out of their way to supply us with recordings. And Mustafa, wait until the community hear what this prosecutor is lying about.
Yeah, I can't wait. Let it be transparent. It's a public hearing. It's supposed to be a fair and public trial under the Sixth Amendment. That's my rights under the Constitution. And they won't let people into the courtroom. They have to do all this weird intimidation tactics so nobody would be there to discourage people from coming and seeing what's really happening. Police misconduct at its finest. The judge conceals and seals everything. I'm supposed to be able to look at my discovery so I can prepare for my trial. As of today, I have yet to see what they're accusing me of. How is that fair? It's not fair. This is America. Last time I checked, I'm not sitting in India or somewhere deep in the jungle in China. Somewhere in Taiwan, Vietnam. You talk about a prisoner of war. What the hell is going on here? I'm sitting in 24/7 solitary confinement. 24/7. No more rec. Oh, the door is broken. We can't get rec? Why? We're not allowed. And rec is what? It's just a larger cell where you can walk around. A larger cell. Just imagine the atrocities that they're committing. These are irreversible. My brain, if I was a weak person, I would have succumbed to my death a long time ago. They ran up in my cell and beat the crap out of me. They stomped me out, and I woke up in a bloodbath. They left me naked, nude, in a below freezing, where you can get frostbites, to die. I was literally dying. They tampered with my food. You would eat mac and cheese with someone's baby in there. I'm talking about some really nasty, they put sperms in my food. It's goo, nasty, crazy. I wouldn't eat for weeks. They took away my commissary, took away my mattress, choked me out, beat me on a weekly basis just to torture me and instill fear in me. But you know what? I say I'm a God-fearing man. I pray every single day, and look at what has happened. Amy Kaplowski-Ashworth is embarrassed in front of the world under these FOIA violations. God is showing the world what kind of person she is. She likes to redact emails. She likes to conceal and steal. And this is on the record. She got charged $25,000. That's Amy Kotlowski Ashworth, the Commonwealth Attorney of Prince William County. Got charged $25,000 that she has to pay. Not from her pocket.
I mean, it's all over inside Nova, Mustafa. It's all over inside Nova. She's all over inside Nova. She's being sued for $25,000 for redacting and not releasing FOIA. I mean, what does she have to hide that she's not releasing the FOIA?
That shows you that not all judges are in on it. Some are just paid judges, like Judge Carol Weimer. He sits here. He's getting paid under the table. He's invested into the jail. He gets his pay cut. Amy Ashworth is a jail board member. She oversees the jail's condition, and she's a Commonwealth prosecutor. So she's prosecuting the inmates that are being housed in her dungeon of torture. How does that make sense? Isn't that a conflict of interest? I sit here, they are torturing me beyond torture. I'm talking about I can go to another unit, get the tablet, get the phone, shower every day, recreation every day. And here I get nothing.
Instead, you've been in solitary confinement for over 2 years. By the way, when you're talking, in the background, I have the CCTV video where they carried you unconscious from one cell into another cell, half naked and handcuffed behind your back. The video is playing in the background.
See with your own eyes and believe that that is a scary moment. These are a bunch of wussies. I can call them a bunch of, these are not men. These are monsters, gigantic monsters, ran into my cell like pit bulls, rabid dogs. They beat the crap out of me, punching indiscriminately. I mean, it was a moment of fight or flight, but there's nowhere to fight, nowhere to run, and I cannot fight. They put my face down, broke my arm, and just stomped me, every limb of my body, from head to toe. Even the bottom of my toes were getting smashed. I'm like, oh my God. I'm crawling on the floor. They left me in a cell, in a dark room, window covered. There's feces, urine, blood, and it's freezing. They shut off my water, took away my prayer rug, and I could not pray. I'm sitting in my cell, like feeling the back of my head. I said, oh my God. Oh my God. That's all I can really rely on. Oh my God. And God is real. And believe it or not, if it wasn't for God intervening, the discovery would have never came out. This discovery was sealed, that not even the light, like nobody can have access to this discovery until the day of my trial. That's going to be sealed, and no one's going to be able to see anything. By the way, on that note, can you tell me what time it is, please?
Right now, it is 11:14. Mustafa, on that note, there is, unfortunately for them... Yes, sir. I love you. Okay.
Thank you for using Global Tel Link.
Unfortunately for this prosecutor, unfortunately for Judge Carol Weimer, the body cam, the documents, the whole entire discovery is being leaked out all over the internet. So they can no longer conceal and hide and falsify and get away with it. This is a CCTV video from inside the jail
Prepaid call from
that they said does not exist. That nothing happened to Mustafa.
an inmate at the Prince William Manassas jail. To accept this call,
Wait
current balance
until you hear
$74.
the audio.
Is from a correction facility and is subject to monitoring and recording.
Mustafa,
Thank you for using Global Tel Link.
Mustafa, thank you for joining this podcast. This is not another boring podcast. You're from solitary confinement. Hello.
Hello. It is my pleasure to be here. Make sure the phone call does not get interrupted. And I just want to say I really appreciate you having me, because I have a message for the world. Like, the world has to understand what's going on here. This is not a case about me. This could happen to you. But I got into a car accident. I lost precious lives. Dorothy and Empress means the world to me. I wake up every day. I see this beautiful little girl who's coping, she sometimes comes around, she says, I'm sad. And I'm like, okay, what can we do? Let's get some candy, play the PlayStation 5, play some movies, make sure this child who does not have a father figure in her life can feel safe and protected and at least live like a normal child. I would go out there and buy clothing, make sure they're clothed, they're in school, they're learning etiquette of making sure that, they learn that there's an old lady downstairs, don't make any noise. They're learning entrepreneurship and saving money. They're learning how to clean the house. I'm being a father figure to kids that are not mine, but I love them so much that, I'm more than just a mentor, a protector, more than a father figure. Where's their father? Where are their fathers?
Where is their father? Where is Divine Jones with
Where?
the amount of evidence that we have that this police department did not airlift his daughter, 5-year-old Empress, was not airlifted. Dorothy was not airlifted. For the past 2 years, every time I talk to Mustafa, that's all he asked me. Why did they not airlift my family? Well, that's 5-year-old Empress. Mustafa took her in, took care of her, took care of Dorothy's kids. But 5-year-old Empress has a father. Divine Jones is her father. Where is that father from asking this police department, why did you not airlift my daughter? That's a good question.
That's horrible. This is a very, very important question to ask, and accountability lies on who was the leader who was given direct orders at the time. The lead investigator Robert Drum, is given these orders. Follow him wherever that guy goes. Follow him. We need to get this Mustafa off the street. We need to put our ducks in a row before we pull the trigger. Get Mustafa off the street. Shoot me with fentanyl. Take me to the hospital and interrogate me and tell me that your family passed away so that they can say, oh, this guy has no reaction. So they want to see that this emotionless monster did this intentionally. I love my family, and I would never, ever harm a soul. Not in this life, not in the after. Never, ever, ever, ever. And now the accusation doesn't match the character. They're trying their hardest, their best hardest. They're bringing fake witnesses such as Amy Hodson, Christine Alcazar, who's been writing me love letters here, pretending to be my advocate. King Mustafa. She's doing all this stuff for me, writing me letters left and right. Bringing her best friend, Duha, acting as, they're corroborating, they're plotting their plan and God's plan. And look at who won. God won.
Mustafa, speaking of miracles, it's a miracle that we don't have to sit here and just talk about what is going on. It's a miracle that I have the Google Nest inside your apartment that I can show this community that this was a beautiful relationship. I have days on days that you don't have to take my word for it. This community doesn't have to take your word for it. There's a Google Nest video inside the apartment that this prosecutor, this police department is terrified that it exists. For the past 2 years, they looked the other way. And now we're finding out, Mustafa. Go ahead.
Let me explain what a Google Nest camera is. A Google Nest camera is sophisticated in technology where it records motion. It records segments of what happens. These are our environment the day of the accident, the day prior to the accident, days before the accident. You get to see naturally what was occurring. I have no access to that. Miraculously, God intervened and put angels in my life where they retrieve these videos. The prosecutor is turning a blind eye as if she's not acknowledging that there are videos that contradict her evil narrative. Their accusation against me, they're saying premeditated this, premeditated that. Well, let's watch the whole dash camera from point A to point B. I never wanted to go that day. I said, I don't want to go. Dorothy persuaded me. She convinced me. And I said, you know what? I'll take you. But first, before we go, let's make sure everything's clean. Let's make sure everybody eats and everything's good so that when we do leave, we have peace of mind. So she was already in the car. She was going to go. But then she came inside the house and convinced me to take her.
What's up? I'm going to play the video of I'm going to play the video of the Google Nest from inside the apartment that actually show exactly what you're talking about, that contradict what this prosecutor is saying. She's saying that this is premeditated, that you're the one, that she says that you were angry at Dorothy, angry at 5-year-old Empress, forced them into the vehicle, wanted to go that day, when in reality, what we're finding, from the forensic interview of the kids, from the Google Nest videos inside the apartment. This video is Dorothy is the one that wanted to go. Dorothy is the one that's telling 5-year-old Empress to go. It's Dorothy's idea, and you woke up. I mean, it contradicts everything that this prosecutor has been saying for 2 years.
I was
If you
sleeping.
want to give Grandma your flowers,
That's what I'm gonna give her the pink flowers out there that light up.
so you're gonna give her that one.
I mean, you know how disturbing this is? We have the Google videos that show everything that happened, and this prosecutor, because she has the media in her pocket, this story is not getting out to the community. That she gets to lie about everything. This is disturbing. Mustafa, can you hear me?
Yes.
It's disturbing. I mean, this is
Well, you know,
disturbing.
she doesn't get to lie anymore. We're handling that. She doesn't get to lie anymore.
This prosecutor does not get to lie anymore.
Mary Jo, you're the best. I really appreciate how you're standing firm. Now, I saw a video of you talking about the brother. Dorothy's brother is on Fox 5 saying that she was on the phone with her friend while this is all happening. As if we're arguing, and she's like, I want to get out of the car, and then swerve. That's not what was going on. Look at the camera. Look at the camera. My camera, I paid $400. I went to Best Buy and bought a really good camera that has
Missy, hello.
4K video. Oh, hello. Amar, I just want to say, I bought this camera from Best Buy. I spent $400 from my hard-earned money, and I paid for this camera. This is not a $20 camera. This has crisp, clear audio inside and outside, 4K video. This is a high-end quality camera. We're talking about Robert Drum is saying there's no audio, but he has a conversation with the Rexing representative, and not once does he touch up on the fact or the topic. Hey, there's no audio in this camera. How do we retrieve it? Aren't you the lead investigator? Wouldn't you be asking specific questions like that? Aren't you trying to investigate a crime that occurred? Wouldn't you be asking the representative of Rexing this dash camera, hey, there's no audio in the camera. How do we retrieve it? Or the only thing that you hear the lead investigator, Robert Drum, talks about is, could this video have gone to a cloud somewhere? He wants to see that, is he going to be exposed later on when this topic gets touched on? Or
Mustafa,
exposure.
they cut the audio. Not today. Okay, look, in the discovery, when you open the discovery, you find out that Officer Zymus says, in a document, says, she's the one that handled the dash camera. She's a digital forensic. She says, this dash camera does have audio, and the audio is on the SD card that they're in possession of. So when the body cam, when you hear the body cam that he never asked about the audio, I mean, they claim there is no audio. He didn't ask about the audio when he called technical support with Rexing dash camera because they're already in possession of the audio, and they're just lying to the community. They sealed the whole thing.
Now they want to come off with there's no audio, so they can bring in their lip reader, which is Dr. Bruce Sofinski. And they're trying to say that this Dr. Bruce Sofinski is analyzing, examining these 3 clips, where he's saying that Dorothy said, I want to get out of the car. But in the video, we are people. Now, common sense. Generally, we all see the same thing. And when someone says, I want to get out of the car, you look at their facial expression. Look at their body language. She never gestures to go towards the door handle. We're not even arguing in a way. She's sharing a cigar with me. If someone is arguing with you, would you share something with
Mustafa,
them?
instead, she's gesturing, giving you directions. She's sharing a cigar with you.
Exactly.
And for those that wants to gaslight the conversation, Mustafa's toxicology report shows no alcohol and no rugs. Dorothy, no alcohol, no rugs. What she is smoking is hemp. Dorothy has cancer, and that helps with cancer. It doesn't have any rugs. Mustafa's toxicology report, no alcohol and no rugs. So when she's sharing that cigar, how could they be arguing and they're sharing a cigar with each other?
And look at the JBL speaker in the background. If anyone's familiar with the JBL speaker, that's a famous brand. It's called a party box. That party box, when you're playing music, you see the lighting in the background, it spins in a circular motion. When you're looking at the video, it's spinning in a circular motion because the music was on so loud, there was no room for an argument. Yet, there's no room for a conversation. Even if you look at the witnesses that came onto the scene, what did they say? They said that there was so much music playing.
Yep.
From the music box. They heard so much music playing. The music was on.
I had that body cam.
I was playing music on my phone, and Dorothy was showing me directions. I'm like, which way do I go? There's no room for arguments, and there is no arguments at all. But they're trying to take events out of perspective, piece them together, and form a manufactured event. That's what Drum is doing. He said this. I never said that. God has intervened, and my brother, my beloved brother, recorded the conversation, which Robert Drum never recorded on his body camera.
Yep.
So when we're in court, Barry Sammy, the prosecutor, is like, Your Honor, we can't find our recording. We're just going to use his. You're going to do what? You're going to use his recording, and you don't have one. That's what it is. You don't have a recording. Because Robert Drum never recorded on his body camera. He wanted to...
How convenient.
My word against your word.
How convenient. The police department, the investigator, falsify your statements and then never records the conversation.
So what did they do? May
This is what NBC4 said about your case.
That killed his girlfriend and her... On for tonight, there are new questions being raised in the case of a man charged with murder for a crash that killed his girlfriend and her 5-year-old daughter last year.
They come after Prince William's police chief ruled the investigating officer had violated department policy. Northern Virginia Bureau Chief Julie Carey spoke to the driver's defense attorney about why he thinks the finding casts doubt on the case.
Mustafa Al-Jazeera has been behind bars for almost a year now, accused of intentionally driving his car into oncoming traffic, a crash that killed Dorothy Fontaine and her 5-year-old daughter, Empress. Initially charged with manslaughter, the charges were later upgraded to second-degree.
Upgraded the minute that we went to Internal Affairs and supplied them with an audio that this investigator falsified the police report. Internal Affairs tells us, we found the falsifications, we let the Commonwealth attorney know about them. Within 5 days, Commonwealth Amy Ashworth raised the charges, retaliate, and raise it to murder. I've never seen anything like this. You would think that she's going to look at this case, hold the officer accountable, and she retaliate to protect her officer. That's disturbing.
It's very disturbing.
You know, Mustafa, you know what I'm finding out inside the file? I'll tell you what's more disturbing is there's a whole entire audio. Now, when you read the supplemental report, Mustafa, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Well, hey there, hello there, princess. You're awfully right. I love you, man. I love you. I love you. Processing. We're all processing. This whole community is processing. When you open the discovery, Mustafa, okay, so they sent us a letter saying investigator Robert Drum has been found to have violated department policy. Okay, well, there's an audio. It's in black and white. When you listen to it, this investigator said, Mustafa, you told me that you were arguing with your girlfriend inside the vehicle. Mind you, when you watch the dash camera, there is no argument inside the vehicle. But Mustafa, you told me there's an argument. You told me you were angry at your girlfriend. That's what the police report says. When you listen to the audio, Mustafa never said that. Never said that. So we take this audio to Internal Affairs. I mean, you can hear it. You can hear the conversation. You can read the police report. It takes you 30 minutes to find out what's going on here. The file, Mustafa's discovery. When you open it, there's supposed to be a supplemental report. The supplemental report says, we cannot hear the audio. Really? Really? You can't hear the audio? You cannot hear this audio. I mean, let me play a portion of it for you. And you tell me if you can't hear this audio. I mean, this is where it gets really disturbing. Now you're not talking about just the investigator. You're talking about internal affairs. I mean, this.
Have you ever tried to scare your girlfriend by driving in oncoming traffic before?
I would never in my life or in any shape, way, or form ever put like the person that I love or I care about or any human being or even anything in harm's way, like anything. I would never ever do that. And
I mean,
it means the world to me.
What part of this audio can you not hear? The document, the supplemental process, we're going to hear something. How convenient. I mean, you've got the prosecutor. You now have internal affairs protecting this investigator. And they're terrified that this evidence is coming out to the community, and we're talking about it. I mean, you're not going to be able to contain this, Mustafa.
Let's talk about, we played this in court on the bond motion on April 5th, May the 3rd of 2024. We had a bond motion. When I went to court, the judge said, give the man his bond. He gave me a $5,000 bond, which means that all I have to pay is 10%, which is $500, and I'm out. No house arrest, nothing, not even an ankle monitoring, nothing.
Because he got to hear the audio, he got to see that it's falsified police report, and he saw the dash camera, and he gave you a bond.
Exactly. The judge heard the whole audio, saw the dash camera, and said give the man his bond, and granted me $5,000 bond, which I will have to pay is $500 on a murder charge. Okay. Now, prosecutor Sarah Sammy said, Your Honor, the Commonwealth is not going to be happy with your decision. And she gave him this weird-looking look as if like, I'm going to blackmail you. I got something on you. And then he gave her a week's stay. She came the following week. Her excuse is, oh, Mustafa Bryant, the correctional officer. Really? Why didn't you say that before? Why didn't you say that before? She said on April the 5th of 2024, Mustafa Bryant, the correctional officer. Then why didn't you guys charge me with threatening? This is a serious charge, by the way. If you charge someone with threatening a correctional officer, it's the same type of charge with threatening a police officer. This is an officer. If you threaten a police officer, you can go to jail for, I don't know how long, a minimum of 5 years or whatever. If you make an imminent threat, who's making the threat, when you're going to make the threat, when you're going to do the whatever alleged threat, and how you're going to do it. That's against the law. I never made a threat. And even the major of this, the superintendent.
Mustafa, really quick, listen to, this is what they're hiding, by the way. The prosecutor comes back 7 days, talks about an incident that happened a month before, which she never talked about it in the first bond hearing. She talks about it 7 days later. Apparently, it's not drastic enough that you didn't talk about it in the first bond hearing, but now you want to talk about it. Well, let's talk about it. A month ago, Mustafa, correctional officer, go in, beat him, choke him, step on his Quran, violate him for being a witness into an unaliving of an 18-year-old when he talked to Detective S.D. Long, along with other inmates that came forward. Now, when the prosecutor says Mustafa threatened a correctional officer, immediately you would subpoena the CCTV video inside the jail, and you subpoena the audio from inside the jail if there is any witnesses. Now, unfortunately for them, I have the CCTV video. This is the video from inside the jail, where the correctional officer in question, the one that says she was threatened, is seen to be giving Mustafa his mattress, his items. I mean, for a correctional officer that's terrified that this inmate is threatening her, how is she giving him his items back? Doesn't add up. And then you hear the audio of the witness, an inmate that's across from Mustafa, that says, Mustafa never threatened anybody. It's the correctional officer that beat him. And I have this inmate's voice.
Now, can I say there was, that's correct. He was calling their name. That's correct. Yeah. And did you hear him call? He called the officer's name by the first and last name. No officer responded. Yes, sir.
By the first and last
By the first and last name?
That's correct.
But after I called them by the first and last name, after they ignored me on multiple occasions, when I called them by the last name, so I called them by the first and last name. But did I call them in any threatening manner?
No threatening manner whatsoever. There was no threatening manner. Like, the only threat was that I'm going to come in your cell if you keep calling officers.
You should write this sergeant.
No threatening manner. He never threatened anybody. The only person that was threatening him is the correctional officer that is telling him, we're going to come into your cell. And then they come into his cell, beating him.
Exactly.
Mustafa.
I never threatened anyone. And had it been a threat, why did they have to wait until the following day to write me up? And they had to think about it. They had to formulate their plan, but they plan and God's plan.
You know, Mustafa, in the bond hearing, Judge Reimer would not allow this evidence to be played out. And he just takes the word of the prosecutor and he denies you a bond.
Right. They denied me bond. They denied me my due process. I have yet to have a preliminary hearing. I don't even know what they're accusing me of. Who's accusing me? Where are the witnesses? A preliminary hearing, from what I understand, consists of they bring the charges against you, they bring the witnesses, whatever they're accusing you of. It's almost like it's a preliminary hearing. It's a hearing before it goes anywhere. I never got any of those rights. All my rights have been tarnished. I am not human. The way they treat me, it's like I am this wild beast animal, and they're tarnishing my reputation. And you guys are my voice. You're like, no, he's not a monster. He's not a monster. He deserves to look out of his window. He deserves to use the phone. He has the right to go to recreation. He has the right to go to the shower and cleanse himself. He has the right to breathe like a human being. But they're like, no, he's not human. Just look at him. They isolate me. They make me feel like I'm unwanted. Nobody wants to talk to me. Who is nobody? I'm literally surrounded by a bunch of thieves, criminals, and whatever. We're sitting in jail. But no one has the right to put their hands on another person, not in America. And growing up in America, I'm 35 years old. Growing up in America, I've learned from preschool to kindergarten to keep your goddamn hands to yourself. That's what I learned growing up. Who are these individuals putting their hands on people, choking them out like Homer to Bart Simpson? This is incredibly disturbing. I'm so appalled by what they're doing here. They come here and they strangle you. That's against the law.
You know, Mustafa,
Yeah.
we're here. We're your voice. This community is listening to you. You've got Mary Jo, you've got Missy, you've got Becky, you've got Farrah, you've got Dre, and you've got a lot of people here. I want to tell you, on a side note, what we're working on before you called throughout the day. The dash camera.
I get it.
I want to tell you, huh?
You know what time it is?
It is 11:39, and I'll make this quick. I want to tell you...
2 minutes.
2 minutes. I'll make it quick. So what I've done, there are comments are being made about you washing the car with a squeegee. And people are asking, comments are being made. What is he washing his car with a squeegee? Well, a lot of people don't know that are watching this that in Virginia, here in Prince William County, that there is pollen around April. A lot of pollen. Your vehicle is literally covered with pollen. That when you're watching Mustafa wash his car, you see him wash the window, wash the top of the car, he's removing that pollen. So what I did, I made a video, and I've asked everybody to make a video and tag the dash camera. And I'll tell you, it's when you have Dre come out and make a video. He went to a gas station. He made a video. And I'll tell you why this is important. Now Dre is from this community. He grew up watching Sheriff Glenn Hill play cards with his dad. He goes to the same church. And before I met this man, I remember when I was first telling Dre about everything that's going on, Dre is having a hard time comprehending what am I talking about. And over the month, over the year, I'm showing Dre what they're doing. And it's, Sheriff Glen Hill, prosecutor, they're watching this community. Watch them falsify and engage in police misconduct. And it's sad when the badge and the uniform is being used to not protect this community, to engage in police misconduct. Well, the community is watching. And if Dre comes out and make a video, I can promise you this story is getting to a point that this community is watching the police misconduct. Whatever is going on behind closed doors is coming out. And you can no longer put a lid on this level of police misconduct. Mustafa.
It can happen to you. It can happen to you. It can happen to your loved ones. It can happen to your son, your daughter, your brother, your sister, your mom, your dad. It can happen to anybody. I'm here because I got into a car accident and I'm hated by individuals that are profiling me. What? Because I sued the police department for raiding my house without a search warrant? Malicious prosecution? Stafford County linked with Prince William County? Why do you have Prince William County Sheriff Department police car in Spotsylvania County just roaming the street? I'm sure this guy's now lost. This is 3 counties down the road.
That was crazy. That was crazy. My first reaction was that was my first reaction, that I'm being targeted. I mean, he could have had something to do. I don't know. But after me being arrested, Mustafa, after me being arrested with Sheriff Glen Hill, while I'm talking about your case, now this is a case where I'm already found not guilty by the jury. So you can't tell me, oh, maybe the sheriff was in the right and I was in the wrong. No, we've already went to trial, and the sheriff is found unanimously by the jury to have violated the First Amendment. And now I see a sheriff. I love you, Mustafa.
Yeah, much love, man. You already know. What time is it?
It is 11:43.
All right, I got to go in exactly like 1 minute. Look, I was going to say you have 1 minute remaining, but keep the podcast going as I go along. I just want to thank everybody. I want to give a really nice thank you to all those that supported me before the discovery came out. You guys stood by my side. Now that the discovery is out, you're still by my side and even stronger. This is amazing. I really feel like, there are real, genuine people out here. It's not all just Amy Hodson's and this Christine Al-Kazai entity. And you have individuals that are utilizing the police department's resources, such as Robert Drum's wife, Stephanie Claiborne Drum. They think they can get away with attempted murder. These correctional officers that committed attempted murder have to be...
You have 1 minute remaining.
...in the court of law. But on that note, I just want to say good night. My sister, my brother.
Mustafa, I love you, man. You take care. I love you. I love you. I love you. You take care of yourself on the inside, and we'll take care of everything on the outside. I love you.
I
I love you.
appreciate it. But mainly, just remember one thing. There was a police officer that came, the police responder that was on the scene with his body camera rolling. Where's that body camera? Where's Dorothy?
Mustafa, say that one more time. One more time. Say that one more time. One more time.
There was a camera, a police officer, first responder that came on the scene, and his body camera was rolling. Lieutenant Andrew Margiotto, where are you? All right, man, have a good night.
I love you. You take care, Mustafa, and we're working on it. A body cam of the first police officer that showed up on scene. Andrew, I'm butchering the last name, Margiotto. We'll post the name. The first police officer that responded to the vehicle accident. The first police officer that was on scene. The first police officer wrote a statement in the discovery and said that his body cam was rolling, that his body cam is on, and it's uploaded to evidence.com. He made contact with Dorothy, Mustafa's girlfriend. He made contact with 5-year-old Empress and made contact with Mustafa. Where is this body cam? In the discovery, it says it was uploaded to this evidence.com. It's nowhere to be found. Prince William County, Chief of Police, Prosecutor Sarah Sammy. Where is the body cam of the DC officer that made contact with Mustafa's family? There are allegations that you did not airlift the family. Mustafa's dash camera wire is cut by Chad Mason. And that dash cam, that body cam is missing. These are serious allegations that Chief of Police Peter Newsham, you have to look into why is that body cam missing. There's a missing body cam, sir. And if the conversation is, by the way, this is not my word against the police department. I've got a document. The DC officer made a statement. It's in the discovery. He said, my body cam is rolling and it's uploaded to evidence.com. It's no longer there.
Can't we reach out to, or can't you reach out for someone
To DC.
to DC?
We're working on it.
Request his camera.
We're working on it. We're working on it. We have different individuals working on it.
able to get a hold of that police and see if he can give it to you.
Exactly. So we're working on it. We're asking the community to also join the conversation and also work on it. This DC officer is not going anywhere. This document. Let me see if I can pull it up for you. If Mohammed can put the name of the DC officer in the chat.
I can't type anyway in the chat. I'm a sub.
You should be like the leader of all the mods. What are you talking about? 5 seconds later, I block you off of TikTok.
I can't type in room.
Give someone a mod and then block them. Huh?
I can watch everybody else running free, but I'm locked up myself.
That is funny. It's not like we haven't done this, Missy. It's not like I haven't done this before.
I know what my stuff is going through. I can't type.
Let me see if I can pull up the information for the DC officer.
Damn you.
Remember now, she talking that talk, but she was one of those that got mad when you took her mile away from her.
Man, if I can only tell you,
She got mad and jumped fence.
if I can tell you the amount of things I put Missy through, she can write a book just about me putting her through what I put her through.
I can write 2 books.
2 books.
And what's the big guy name that used to come in here with the cowboy hat?
Which one?
The white guy. I think he's what is he? What is he a correction?
Well, you know, I'll tell you what's happening here is you had the wife of the investigator under a username Kate0707 gaslighting the conversation, and she was a mod, but that's the wife of the investigator. I mean, I've got her voice on a body cam on 3-way with Robert Drum with a person that pretends to be a witness who's also there under Christine Alcazai. I mean, if that's the conversation that we're having, are you surprised? I mean, I'm in the middle of camping in a parking lot. My brother is in solitary confinement. They beat him. We're asking to get Mustafa medical. And you have the wife of the investigator gaslight the conversation, pretending to be just another person that just happened to hear about Mustafa's story. You know how terrifying that is? I mean, put yourself in my shoes. And then the wife of the investigator goes to Missy, gaslight her into whatever she wants to gaslight her with, and gaslight everybody. Everybody. I mean,
Fact. Give us that police name again.
let me look it up for you. Dre, please ask your uncle if he's willing to. I know he's still upset about me taking him to court and winning. You know, Sheriff Glenhill is still upset. Okay? Ask your uncle to put our difference aside, and maybe he can reach out to the DC police officer. I mean, that's a lot of wishful thinking. I don't see you denying that he's your uncle, Dre. That's funny. It's like it's like when I'm looking for it, I can't find it. I know it's here.
Dre's absent at the moment.
When is Dre not absent? You know, but I'll tell you, man. I swear to God, he made my day when he made that video. It's just beautiful.
I haven't seen it.
It's.
I sent it to you about 10 minutes ago, Mister.
I'll have to watch it.
Let's see.
I haven't seen it either. I'm gonna duet it.
It's beautiful because you get to see the pollen on the vehicle.
I don't have it on the TikTok site. I don't know how to do it.
Well, you should put it on TikTok, princess. How hard is it to put a video on TikTok?
You gotta know who you're dealing with. You're dealing with Dre here.
I'll put it on.
Man, you know, no wonder Mustafa is still in solitary confinement. I mean, this is what I'm dealing with. You've got supporters that don't know how to put a video on TikTok. No wonder, Mustafa, no wonder you're still in solitary confinement.
You ran away.
You went, of course you don't. By the way, for everybody that's tuning in, Dre is my personal punching bag. And I will never block him just because he is a punching bag. I mean, he puts himself in that position. Okay?
He does.
On a serious note, I love Dre. Dre, sir, thank you for being there. You do a lot. This community is safe because it has individuals that are watching. I mean, a community is safe because of the community. The community is watching. You know, Peter Newsham thinks, Chief of Police Peter Newsham thinks he can do whatever he wants. No, sir, you cannot do whatever you want. This community is watching you and is asking you for accountability. May I remind you the meaning of accountability, sir? When you have a police officer that uses a badge and a uniform, misuse that badge and uniform, hold them accountable. Because you're not only hurting this community, you're taking it away from every police officer that's protecting this community.
I've been preaching it on all of your local Facebook pages, all the newspapers, all the, the platforms that are in Virginia.
Missy, I love you, ma'am. You know, I remind this community that every time we come on this platform, we're not saying the police are bad. We are not saying the police are bad. As a matter of fact, what we say is the police department, Prince William County, Manassas Police, our sheriff office, our jail officers, they put their life on the line every single day. They protect this community. But there are bad apples that we have files on. We have their body cams. We have documents that they engaged in police misconduct. And we're asking the leadership in this police department to hold them accountable before they are held accountable by the Department of Justice. The Department of Justice, we have multiple complaints under the leadership with Pam Bondi and Cash Patel, the FBI. They're watching this county. We're supplying them with body cams. We're supplying with documents. This is not a case where we're asking them to look into this county and then tell us if there is police misconduct. No. We're supplying them with the material. And it's only a matter of time before they start knocking on Chief of Police Peter Newsham's door. Chief of Police, they're knocking on your door, sir. So my advice to you is investigate your police officer before you're investigated. Sheriff Glen Hill, investigate your jail officers before you're investigated. Now, I want to end this podcast with just drive the whole thing home to what we talked about in the beginning of the podcast is the wife of the investigator who's on a body cam on three-way with her husband, Robert Drum, who falsified the police report, is online under Kate 0707 for the past 2 years. You don't have to take my word for it. Her body cam is literally on the internet. Her and the witness, the person that pretends to be a witness in the Mustafa Al-Jazari case, Amy Hodson, on TikTok, she's under Christine Warda, Christine Alcazai, with the wife of the investigator, Stephanie Claiborne Drum. They're using Prince William County resources. The wife of the investigator is using her husband, Prince William County Police Department resources, to gaslight the Mustafa Al-Jazari case. And yesterday, which was supposed to be a day dedicated for Dorothy and Empress, Mustafa's girlfriend, and her 5-year-old baby, they took that away from Dorothy and 5-year-old Empress. They have a police department. That called in a tow truck to tow our vehicle in the middle of making a makeshift memorial. You have a Prince William County police officer, vehicle passed by. A couple of minutes later, a tow truck shows up and attempting to tow our vehicle while we're putting flowers, lighting candles at the accident scene. This is where the accident happened. And this has to stop. And we're going to continue to follow what happened yesterday. We're asking the community to call in the police department, file appropriate complaint, record your conversation, post it to the internet so that the police department does not just brush this to the side. And we're doing our part on our end. We're going to find out which company, what phone calls were made, who made that phone call. And we have information that Stephanie Claiborne Drum, the wife of the investigator that falsified the police report, along with Amy Hodson, the individual that pretend to be a witness, who online is under Christine Warda 7 Alcazai, Christine Alcazai, has something to do with the tow truck that showed up yesterday in the police department. On that note, thank you for being here. Mary Jo, I love you, ma'am. Missy, I love you. Dre, please, for the love of God, turn off your goddamn camera. You're going to get us blocked on TikTok. You're scaring everybody away. Yes, sir.
I was able to upload that video on TikTok.
Thank you, sir. You know, on a serious note, thank you for being there, sir. I love you, brother. This community is lucky to have you. They can't stand you, but they're lucky to have you. I love you, man. Farah, I love you, man. Mustafa had a dream about you. It's a beautiful dream, and I'll tell you what he was telling me. With all the support and all the supporters, he had a dream about you, and it's a beautiful dream.
I feel bad. What about me?
Well, that would be called a nightmare, sir. It's a beautiful dream. I'll let Mustafa go into it. I think you were holding a notebook and you were going through a notebook with him. You know, it's a beautiful dream. I had a dream, and the dream, my dream was, I mean, it wasn't a nightmare. It was a dream. It was weird. I was with Elaine in a room. I had a notebook. Elaine is on the phone. I'm standing next to her. I had a notebook, and in that notebook there is a police radio that I'm in possession of, and it's sitting on my on my folder. And Elaine is on the phone. Elaine dropped, like, you know, it's weird. She's on the phone, and all of a sudden she hands me the phone and tells me, Omar, Pam wants to talk to you. I'm like, who's Pam? She's like, Pam Bondi. I'm like, hello? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And I began telling her, and she's updating me on what she's doing for Mustafa in the Mustafa Al-Jazari case and how your brother is coming home. That is an interesting dream because Elaine is there. I mean, that, I can't explain that one. I mean, I can't explain that one. I'll tell you, dream or no dream, the reality is the body cams are all over the internet. The documents from the discovery is all over the internet. And the federal government has a job to do. They have a job to do. When the local government engage in police misconduct and there is no accountability, the federal government has a job to do, and their job is to step in. When the local government fail you, the federal government has to step in. And under the leadership of Kash Patel and Pam Bondi, we pray that they hold Prince William County accountable. And we're very optimistic. We pray for them. They're doing our part. I'm doing my part. As part of this community, I'm bringing exposure. And you can't tell me I'm here just for my brother. Look at the files that I'm bringing forward and exposing and asking accountability for Tatiana David, Juan Campos. I mean, I have a number of files that I'm asking. And the county is moving against me. I mean, they're moving against me. They got a case for me in federal court. They've got a case for me in Warren County. But they've already arrested me. But I'll tell you, fuck around and find out. I'm going to hold you accountable. And I'm going to continue to fight and demand justice for my brother Mustafa, his girlfriend Dorothy, and her 5-year-old baby Empress. I'm going to continue to demand justice for the files that I'm bringing forward with the other individuals. On that note, thank you for being here. Thank you for joining the podcast. Missy, Mary Jo, I can't wait to have you tomorrow on the podcast. Tomorrow we're going to be on the podcast around 8 o'clock, 8ish. Don't hold me to it, around 8.
It means 9.
It means 9. It would mean 9. Missy, thank you, ma'am. Missy, Mary Jo, Farah, Lakeisha, I love you, ma'am. Thank you for being here. I cannot wait for you to be on a podcast with me again. I enjoyed you have a beautiful, beautiful personality. And with the background that you have, ma'am, it brings a lot to the conversation. Farah, Casey, thank you for being here. Dre, you know I can't end the podcast anymore. Thank you for being on the box. Lakeisha, thank you for being there, ma'am. How are you? You doing okay?
Don't do that. I am wonderful. What a great podcast tonight. I was listening to Mustafa.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for being there. You do a lot.
I love you guys. Come on.
I love you, man. This community is lucky to have you, ma'am. And I'll tell you, this community is safe because you're there, because the community is watching. And I cannot wait for you to be on the podcast again.
I'm coming back, King.
I look forward to it. I love you, ma'am. I love everybody. And Shelly, I didn't forget about you. I love you, ma'am. You do a lot behind the scene. On that note, thank you for being on this podcast. This is not another boring podcast. Judge Carol Weimer, under the microscope, Mustafa through the police body cams.